Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I will show you how you can use Excel to build an insightful dashboard like this, where you can filter and you can try to see the dynamic uh, values getting changed in different charts, right? So we will build this whole thing from scratch by using a very simple data, and I will walk you through each step. You can see the data in my description and try to build it along with me. So we are building a website analytics dashboard today using this simple data you can see here that have date, user ID, device, traffic source, page, session duration, page view, bounce, and new user. So these are some columns which we have got from our clients. Like this whole data is of some website where we want to build a dashboard around bringing out some insights out of it. So this is our requirement which we have got. Basically, we have launched a new website and want to monitor its traffic and usage. So it's very simple use case that happens most of the time. So here are few requirements which we have to address. So we have to find the total page views in a particular duration. It can be month, it can be day, or it can be weeks. So we have to find the total page views. We have to find the total unique user interacted in a duration. Thereafter, we want average session time. We want a percentage of returning user. Uh, Next, we want number of users visited website day wise, distribution of traffic source, distribution of device usage, I think this should be month wise usage, or it is the overall distribution of device usage. uh, then we will also want five most or five, sorry, like we want three most uh, visited pages, and thereafter we want session usage by different traffic source, and at the end we want a month-wise distribution of new and returning users, right? So this is our requirement. Now we will see how we can build some tables and how those table can be turned out into some beautiful charts, and that will give us the overall insights. Okay, so we have seen, first of all, we have to have clarity around our requirement and data set. So we have checked our requirement and we have checked our data set. Now, against each requirement, let's try to make a note of what columns we will be using, right? So, total page view in a duration. Basically, we will need a page visit column. I think that we have page views column that we have here. Basically, we want to do some summation of all the pages here. Total user interacted in a duration. For basically we will use user IDs, because user ID may be unique, may not be unique, but that will give us uh, total number of user in a specific duration. To find the average session time, we will use the column session duration. So here this session duration will help us identify the average session time. Percentage of returning user. So if you have clearly seen, like we have a column new user where we have values like 0 and 1. So 0 means like it is not a new user, and 1 means it is a new it is a returning it is a new user. 0 means returning user and 1 means a new user. So we can just write a new user column here. Number of user visited website day wise. So basically for this we will need a date column and user ID. Distribution of traffic source, we will use the traffic source column here to build that kind of chart. Distribution of device usage, we will use device column here to find the distribution of traffic across different devices. 3 most visited pages. So basically we will check this, we will use this page and page views column to identify the page that is visited most. So currently it might not be making much sense to you, like how I am identifying this columns to be used in different charts or different requirements. But when we build the dashboard, it will make more sense. I'm just writing it so that you know the how the whole process look like. Once you will build one or two dashboard on yourself, then you will be able to understand how this works and how you can uh, follow the same process. For the next requirement, like for identifying session usage by different traffic source, we will need a session duration column and traffic source column along with month. So this distribution needs to be based on the monthly basis. So basically we will need session duration, traffic source, and date. Basically from date we will get the month, and month wise distribution of new and returning user. So we will definitely use date and new user column, right? So I have just clearly identified some columns which I believe will be required, but it might uh, change while we are building the charts. So let's move on how we will build some chart. So uh, in this data, we did not have to do some data cleaning or data preparation because most of the columns we are using the same. But in my other videos, I will also show you how you have to do the data cleaning and data preparation. Like if you want to build some new columns here, let's say if I want to build month, then how I can get a new month, how can I can get the month of this particular date, right? So I will just show you one example here. Let's say if I write text here and thereafter I provide it date that is in A2, and then I will just type month, then it should give me the month corresponding to this date. So basically by applying some formulas, it can be easily created new columns, right? So you can double click and all the values will be filled in this column, right? So this is one way where you will prepare your data. It might be like you might have to sum some particular columns to get a derived column. We will see in those in other videos, but for now our focus is mostly on building dashboard, right? So now if you see like this, this sheet does not look like a table exactly. So what I will do, I will uh, transform this table into this sheet into a table, right? So what I will do, I will select all the columns where we have some values by clicking Control A, and I will click Control T. That will make it a table. So it will create a table here. You can see here it has selected data from A1 to J501. right? And I have also selected my table as headers. So basically it will account like the first row is my header and it will create the table accordingly. So as soon as I click here, you can see like the table has been generated here, right? So once this is done, now if you see as I am scrolling down, my top row is going away. So first of all, I don't want it to go away because that gives me information about what column is representing which kind of values. So for that, I will go to view column here and I will just try to click on this freeze pane column and I will see like there is one property freeze top row. So that will allow my top row to be fixed every time whenever I am even scrolling. So I will just click that. Now if you see like my first row is static here, it will never go away and you can see like below rows are only getting scroll away, right? So that is one way. Now now let's try to see based on our requirement we will need to build some tables first and then based on this table views we will create some charts. So I am creating a separate sheet that I will call pivot tables because pivot tables are mostly used to create uh, charts because we need some filtering and as well and those things, right? And slicers and those applies on the pivot table only, right? So we'll go ahead and we will try to see our first requirement, that is total page view in a duration, right? So here I am explicitly adding one more thing, like duration uh, will come as a slicer. So basically slicer or timeline, whatever we think suits better, we will take that as a. So basically that is a way user can filter out some particular month or some particular uh, time period or some particular, it can be other field as well, but for now we will be using duration or the month as our slicer or time period by which our data will vary and it will show the dynamic result to you, right? So don't worry, we will work on all of these things together. So I have shared this Excel to you as well in the description. You can check out and you can build along with me. That will help you understand more. Okay, so first of all, I will build my first requirement, that is total page views, right? So by total page views, what I will do, I will just select my table, that is Control A, and I will go to Home. I will go to Insert, and here you will see my first feature is pivot table. So I will click that pivot table and you can see it has selected my table 1 here, and I want to choose pivot table to be placed in a existing sheet because I have already created a sheet here, pivot table, right? Now in this sheet I will go ahead and click here and I will select the sheet here. You can see the name has been written here. Now I also want to define in which column it should start putting the value. So I have selected a column and you can see it has clearly added A2 here, right? So I will click OK and you can see a pivot table box has been visible here. Now on the right side you can see uh, a different panel here which popped up that allows us to choose field to add to your report, right? So instead of applying some formulas like sum all of the page view or something, it provides us a easy way to do those kind of formulas for some complex task, right? So what we will have to do, we will have to go ahead and try to just pull this sum view as values, and you can see like we have got the sum of page views here. So you can see like that particular value is coming from here, and you can even modify this value based on your requirement. Like if you want to just get the count of rows that have some page views, or you want average page views count, then you can just change this setting. but for now we want a sum of all the page views, so we will keep it sum only, right? Now what I will go ahead, I will uh, this will be my first requirement. Now moving to second requirement, total user interacted in a duration. Okay, so basically for this requirement we will have to use the column user ID. Now again I will go to this pivot table chart, and for now I will just show you how you can also keep your pivot table name unique and to the point to your requirement, like sum of page view, right? Now what I will show you, I can even copy this pivot table and try to use it for some other pivot table. So I have created here. Now what I will have to do, I will just remove this field, so it will again make the pivot table empty, and I will go ahead and I will select user ID. So it has told me the count of user ID here, right? If I change some duration, then basically it will update update the count of user ID in that particular duration, right? So for now, since we know like we have around 500 rows and 500 corresponds to 500 unique entity here, so that's how we are getting user ID currently, right? Now we will go ahead and we will try to create our third requirement, that is average session time, right? So now here, instead of this page duration, we will need session duration, and for this we don't want the sum, we want the average time. So we will go ahead and change this value field settings. In here we will select the average duration here. So average duration you can see here. So in these three formulas we have different, we have used different, like here we have used sum formula, here we have used count formula, and here we have used average formula, right? So you can see like how you can build different formulas very easily. Next is we will have a percentage of returning user, right? So it's little tricky than what we have currently built, right? So I will show you how we will do it as well. So I have taken this here, and instead of page view, what I will do, I will click on new user, I will add it to column because I know like it has 0 and 1 entries in itself. Then I will add the same thing into the values, but here instead of sum of new user I want count of new user, because sum of zeros will be zeros only, right? So I want number of entity having zero value. So that gives me a good idea here, like the count of 0 in the table is 243 and count of 1 is 252, and basically giving out the grand total as 500, right? Now to get the returning user, basically what I have to get this value divide by overall values, that will give me the returning user percentage, right? So what I will do, I will go ahead and I will click equals to, and I will click on this cell. Basically it has taken get pivot data, new user, and it is selecting from a new user column with value 0, and I want it to be divided by grand total, so that is coming here. So I will just select it here, and you can see like I have got a matrix here. Now I want this matrix to be represented in the percentage, so I will click this percent style here. and I will insist like if we can show one decimal place percentage. So I have just clicked this increase decimal. So you can see like this is my percentage of returning user, right? So now we have built our four initial requirements. Those were very straightforward. Now we will see how we can build table for our next requirement, that is number of user visited website day wise, right? So here our ask is like we will uh, build a pivot table that has day wise users of number of user visited. Oh, sorry, it was not number of user visited, it was number of page views, page visited basically. So basically we don't want here user ID, we will use page views column. So basically I will again go to raw data, I will click Control A and I will go to insert and I go to pivot table. So that has selected the all the columns of table 1. Now I will go to existing worksheet and I will select the pivot table worksheets and I will select a column here, cell here. So it's where my pivot table will start, right? Now what I will have to do, I will plug this date into rows column. So that will list all of my days here, and basically I will also pull in page views column in my value. So basically this will tell me like 10 page views happened on 1st of January, 10 happened on 2nd of January, and so on, right? So you can see like this is a year long data. So you will see entries till 31st of December, and you will also get the grand total, but we don't want grand total here. So you can just right click here and remove the grand total here. So that will remove this grand total column here, right? And for this specific chart, for this specific table, let me show you how you can build chart, right? But before that, let me also name this pivot table correctly. So it is day wise page view, right? So basically I am interested in knowing the trend, like is it increasing trend or what is the trend we are seeing on day wise data, right? So I will just select this any of the cell inside this pivot table and I will go to insert and I will go to recommended charts. So that will show me different kind of charts that I can build, right? So I can explore like how it will look in column uh, chart, how it will look like in line chart, and so on, right? So basically I feel here line chart looks better for me to understand its trend, right here. So I will just select that here and proceed, and here you can see like we are able to see some insights here, right? Now you can just click on this plus icon that will show you what kind of elements you want to show in the charts. Let's say if I don't want to show the charts title, then I can just select and remove it. If I don't want to show the grid line, then I can remove that as well. But for now I want to keep it, so I will keep it here. I don't want the legend because it's very clear in the title I will add. So that's how your chart will look like, right? Now, if you want to do some kind of styling in your chart, let's say if I want to change the color of this thing, then what I will do, I will I will just select and I will uh, change this color here, or you can just format data point and it will open up here in the side panel. And here as well you can go ahead and try to change the color. Let's say if I don't want this blue color, I want a green color, then basically you can go ahead and try to select the green color from here, but it's doing only for this particular column that we don't want, right? So what I will do, so you can see like here it asks for format data point or format data series. So when I will select the format data series, it should update each of the lines which we are showing, right? So you can see here. Now I want to remove what look like this a button thing, right? So I will just right click on this and I will hide all filled buttons on chart. That will give me more space for my charts to show up, right? So this is how my chart will look like currently. Now I will just copy and paste it here for now, and I will show you how you can build other charts as well. So this is for our fifth requirement, that was to get a number of page visited website day wise, right? Next is distribution of traffic source. So basically for that we will use a traffic source column here, right? Now I will select Control A. Even though we need one column, we are selecting the whole table for building pivot table. Why? Because we want to add a slicer in future or timeline in future based on the date. So based on the date filter, like it will be able to sort out the distribution of traffic source. So that for that dynamic calculation, we are selecting the overall table currently. Now I will go to pivot table here and I will select this table. I will go to existing sheet. I will go to pivot table and then I will select a new column here. So like here you can see it has created a new pivot table box, and on the right side we have got a similar panel, right? Now I will update this distribution traffic source traffic source distribution. Okay, so here what I will do, I will pull down the traffic source in my rows. So basically this 5 traffic source I have. Now I want to count their usage. So basically you can see like this is a count of different traffic source here. Based on each traffic source we have got how many count they have, right? So it will give us a clear cut distribution, like how many users have come from different sources. Now for this kind of charts where we want to show the distribution of different categories, ideally pie chart or donut chart is recommended. When you click on this all charts here, you can see like pie chart here. That will ideally show you how much each of these are sharing to our overall traffic, right? So I will select this pie chart for now and I will show you like how you can remove these buttons. I have already shown you. You can click right click and you can hide all filled buttons on chart, right? So that will allow you to have a clear view. Now I also don't want this title here, so I will click on this plus icon and I will remove the title icon here. I want the legend, but I think that is taking a lot of space, so I will just club it here, and I will try to reduce the size of the chart if possible, because that will help us in designing our dashboard better, right? So this chart shows us the distribution of different traffic source. So you can see, like, on hovering it will also show you uh, their values, their percentage here, right? So that's how you can build your chart here. Next, our requirement is to build the distribution of device usage. So we have to build a similar kind of chart or similar kind of table, right? So I can ideally just select this pivot table here, Control C, and I will just paste it here, Control V, right? Now I will click here and I will go to pivot table analysis. But you can see on the right side, that panel has not popped up for me currently. So I will just cross this thing, and if even if this is not showing up here, what you can do, you can just click on this filled list, and that panel will pop up in the right side for you, right? Now instead of traffic source, what I want here, I want the device level usage, right? So I have just selected device here, and I will drop device in the values column. So here you can see, like, device wise usage I have got here, and I will build a similar chart for this table as well. I will go to insert and I will go to pie chart. You can select pie chart from here as well. Let's say I am interested in donut chart for this, so I will just select donut chart here, and you can see here it is coming up. Now again I am doing the same thing again. I don't want a title, I don't want this buttons, so I will just remove all of these things. Now you can see you have a clear. Now I will just shrink all of the thing here. Let's say if you want to change the color of this pie, then you can just select this pie and you can change the color of your pie. Sorry, I don't want black color, I want some other vibrant looking color. So this looks better. Yeah, so this way you can change the color and it will accordingly reflect in the legends as well. Legend size is bit lower. Than what I can do, I can go to home and I can just click increase the size, so the values are bit more visible, right? Now I want this uh, donut width to be little more, then I can just select the donut, and here you can see some more properties here, like I want to decrease the donut hole size. So what I will do, I will reduce this size to, let's say, 50%. Then you can see, like, uh, its width got increased, right? So that's how you can do some styling. It will become better and better when you build more dashboards and do more practice around it, right? So we have built this chart as well. Next, we'll again go to our requirement panel, and we will see, like, we need to find the three most visited pages, right? Pages and page views column will be used. So again we'll see, like, we need this page column and page views. Basically we want to sum page views based on the page value, right? So I will just select Control A and then I will go to insert pivot table, existing worksheet. It is the same routine which I am doing again and again. So once you will also practice, you will be able to follow the same process. I will click OK and it will create a new pivot table here, right? But always remember to name your pivot table. Like I forget to add a name for my previous pivot table. I will just select it. I will again go to pivot table analysis column and then click this drop down, because this pivot table 7 will not make sense to you in when you will be building charts. Better you can write device distribution, right? Now for this table I am building uh, top 3 pages, right? So I have just written that in the table name. Now what I will do, I will drag page into rows and page views in my value. So basically that will count uh, number of page views happened for page 1, number of page views happened for page 2, and so on, right? So it will show you their distribution, right? But now here I want to get only the top 3 based on the highest count, right? So I will go ahead and I will try to sort my data. So I will go and click more sort data, and basically I will descending because I want largest to come at the top, right? And based on sum of page views I want that particular list. Yeah, so here you can see my data is sorted based on my uh, page views count, right? Now next thing is I also want to filter out only the top 3 pages, right? So you can go ahead and try to see filter values, value filters, and here you will see top 10 option. So by clicking on that top 10 filter, you can just select show top 10 or any number of values. So I interested in only top 3 items by sum of page views. You can select whichever column you want. For now, I have only one value column, that is sum of page views. So I am selecting that, and that is my requirement also. So I will click OK, and you can see it will filter down my table to only show the top 3 values, right? Now for this chart, what kind of chart I should build, recommend me now. I will pause it for 10 seconds. You can answer or you can just check yourself. Okay, yeah, definitely. For this, we will go ahead and see the recommended charts, and you can see like you can see clustered column chart or clustered bar charts, right? Because we have a limited entry here, I prefer uh, clustered bar will be better here, or even you can use this funnel chart as well, right? But for now, I will go ahead by using the clustered bar chart, right? So this is how my chart will look like for this, right? Now, if you can see here, my columns are bit inverted. Like I want the largest value to come on the top and uh, lower values to come on down. What I have to do, I have to click on this axis here, and I will right click here, and it will ask me to format axis. Just give me 1 second. Okay, let's remove this buttons first. So I have removed this button. Now I have to select this specific axis itself and then click right, and you will see, yeah, you can see like on double clicking as well, it will show the format access panel here on the right side. Here, what you will have to do, you will have to just go ahead and uh, like go ahead in this last access option part, you just have to make your categories in reverse order. So that will show your data in the reverse order, like largest will come on the top and so on, right? And now uh, I also don't want to show this title and legend. So what I will do, I will go ahead and deselect this chart title, and I will also deselect this legend here, right? So I'm just interested in showing the axis and the grid line. Even if you don't want grid line, you can remove that grid line here. For this chart, I want more clarity, so I'm just removing the grid line as well. Now here you can see my page 1 is the most visited page overall, and page 2 and page 3 have a significant count as well, right? So this is how this chart will look like. Now let's go ahead and try to build our ninth requirement, like session usage by different traffic source by month, right? So for this chart, we will need session duration, traffic source, and date column. So basically date will be used in slicer, but here we want to segregate it by month, right? So we will go ahead and try to uh, build the pivot table for this as well. I will just control A, I will go to insert, I will select pivot table, I will select existing sheet. If you want to create it in new sheet, you can go ahead and try to create that. In existing sheet, I will go to pivot table and I will select a cell here and I will click OK. So it will create a pivot table here. Now for this chart, on the row I want month, because month is my uh, interest, right? Oh, sorry, I don't want date here. I have created a column month here, so I will just pull that month here, and I want the distribution by different traffic source. So traffic source will come into my different columns, and session duration will be my values that I want to track, right? So this is my table for this, like where I have my different traffic source as columns and my month as different rows. So you can see here, now I will again rename the table as session session time by traffic source and month, right? Now I will just select uh, insert from the top ribbon and I will go to recommended charts, right? Here you can see we can build this cluster chart, but it is looking very unclear to me because there are too many rows, too many lines being created here. So I will be interested in knowing a stacked column chart that will give me a clear distribution of different traffic source in different months, right? So you can see like in October, we are seeing more count in the social media, so it might be because of some campaign. In May, we are seeing low usage in the May via email. So basically, it might tell us like what kind of strategy is working in each month and how we should scale upon this kind of strategies going forward. So I will just select this stacked column chart for now, and I will click OK, and it will create a chart for me here. Now I will just select a traffic source button here, and I will remove all my filled buttons on this chart, right? So that will remove all the unnecessary buttons for me, and clearly you can see. So here you have seen how we have built this chart where we are showing the month-wise distribution of different uh, traffic source and showing there based on the session duration, right? So this is how our stacked column charts look like, right? Next, we will have uh, our last requirement, that is month-wise distribution of new and returning users, right? So here again I will go to raw data. I will just select Control A and I will go to insert. I will select pivot table, existing worksheet, and thereafter pivot table and a cell here, right? I will click OK. So that's how my last pivot table I am creating here. I will name it new user versus returning users month wise, right? So here again I will select my month wise value in my rows, and I will just drop new user in my column, basically that have my 0 and 1 values, and I will also drag new user in my values uh, section, that will tell me the their count in different month. Now you can see like it's showing me some currently, but I am interested in getting the count of these values because sum of 0 is always 0, and that will not help me in any way. So I will just go ahead and select this count uh, formula here, and I will click OK. So it's telling me the count of zeros and count of 1 in each of month, right? So I can rename this as like returning, and I will rename this as well new user, right? And I am not interested in knowing the grand total here, so I will just remove the grand total column here, and again on the row side as well I will click and remove the grand total, right? Now for this table I will again go to insert and I will go to charts, and here I will have to see like what kind of chart I am interested in, right? So you can see like I can build clustered column chart that will show me different users, uh, like new users and returning user in a separate line. I can use bar chart, I can use area chart, right? But let me show you like in area chart as well, like there are some different variations which you can see. So basically I am more interested to use this chart because I want to show like how much area is covered by new user or returning user, right? So this chart will help me identify like if my returning user count is less, then the area under this blue part will be very less, right? So I will just select this stacked area chart here and I will click OK. So this chart will show me the area wise representation of my new user or returning user. So I will again remove all the buttons from here, and I don't have any title here, so it's good. So this is how all the charts have been built. Now you will be telling like why I have not created any charts or anything for this initial metrics, right? Because these are like a kind of a data point, right? I don't want this data points uh, to be a separate chart, because in charts you might have seen it's showing different values, different kind of charts. But for some data points, we will ideally use some text box or those kind of things. So I will create those things as well currently. Don't worry. Now I will just verify like all of my charts have proper name, right? I will click on this parts, pivot chart analysis. No, sorry, pivot table. I will select pivot table and then pivot table analysis. I'm just checking like all of them have a genuine name, because that will help me recognize all of the tables in future, because you are not building only for today, you will be building for future usage, right? So device distribution, top 5, session time by traffic, and here new user versus returning user. Okay, so we have created for this. Now for this as well I will check average session duration. For this, user count. Sum of page views. For this, returning user person. Okay, so I have properly named all of my pivot table. I can just save my work till now. Next, I have to build dashboard, right? So I will create a new sheet here, and I will just go to create dashboard here. And what I will do, I will insert a box or a shape here currently. Like I will go and select a shape of rectangle here. Let's say I want this look-alike dashboard, right? And I want to change the color, so I can just go ahead and try to select one color here. Let's say I am interested in this color. I want some effect. I want shadow. I can just select a shadow here. I want outline. I don't want outline, so I will just select no outline. So this will be my overall dashboard where I will create some new tiles. So I will go to illustration, I will go to shapes. Again, I will create some charts here. So first of all, like I will be adding title here. So I don't want this color, I want some other color. Yeah. So I have added this particular thing for my title. Now I want some tiles. Like for my initial 4 charts, I am interested in building 4 tiles. So I'm just copying it here. Let me also slide my title here. Let me also show you, like currently we have built this pivot table and charts, but how we can add a slicer. So you can just select one pivot table here and go to insert, right? Now in filter part, you can see like you have a slicer or you have a timeline, right? I will try to see both. Like when I will click slicer, I will just select date here, sorry, I will select month here. So basically that will give me this look like a dash thing where I can just select whichever month I want, and the data will reflect. You can see the data is changing here for this chart, right? And if I click and I will insert a timeline, again insert and then timeline. Okay, so I think yeah, this slicer looks good to us. Uh, we can use this slicer. Somehow the timeline is not working here based on some data thing. Now what I have to do, I have to link all the pivot tables to this slicer so that all of the pivot tables and their charts will vary based on some selection in this slicer. So I will go and select this report connections. I will click this and like you can see here, you will see all of your 10 uh, tables which you have created, and you can just select all of them or whatever you require. You can just select them. Now click OK. Now based on your selection, you can see like all of the charts are changing. Now here you can see like I can even do multi-select thing, right? Yeah. So this is how your slicer will look like. Now I just have to add all of these charts in my dashboard, right? So let's say I want to add my uh, slicer in my initially, right? Title is already in the top bar. Now I will create some tiles, like I need 4 tiles that will come here. Control C, Control V. Next I have one very long table here that I will show below these 4 columns. So I will just increase it here and I will show it here. Next I have 3 small charts here that I will show below this. I can anytime I can just change my size of my dashboard, right? Now I want 3 odd charts like this. I it's mostly on your own, like how you want to show your different charts. So I have pasted most of my charts here. Now I will drag a little, will show my 2 more charts here on the right side. Now what you will have to do, you just have to pull all of these from here. Like you can just control copy or control cut here. Have control cut and I will paste this here. Now you can see in this particular thing my values are not visible. So what I can go and I can select slicer. I can decrease the uh, width of my button. I think this looks okay. I just want to change the color of this slicer. So I will go to slicer style and I will just take this and I will just duplicate this particular style and name it dashboard, right? And you can see the your custom build style will come here. Now what I will do, I will modify this style. Like I want to change the color of whole slicer. I will format it and I will go ahead and try to fill it by some color. So I will take this color here. I will click OK. And you can see the same setting has been applied here, right? Now slowly I will bring all of my charts from this to my dashboard sheet, Control X, and I will paste it here. You can resize your charts here. Now if you see here, this chart is not looking good because we already have a background color and this white color does not look good. So what I will do, I will just click this chart here. I will click across this pivot table. In the site option, like I will remove the color. So I will select no fill color and I will select no line, no border line. So you can see like now your chart is more clear than previous. So it looks fine to me currently, right? Or you can apply any styling you want. Next, I will bring other charts as well. So I will bring this chart here, Control X, put it down here and Control B. So here again I will remove the background. I will again remove the border and you can see that's how your chart is looking. Yeah, it looks better now. Now I will add titles in the end for all the charts. Currently I'm just pulling all the charts to my dashboard sheet. Yeah, again, you can format as you want. I am just doing no fill and no line because that looks better to me, right? And if you want to now increase the size, you can just select this and you can increase the size. Next, I will go ahead and bring this chart. Yeah. So again, I will go no fill, no line, and I even don't want to show this axis on top side. Yeah, so it looks better now, right? Next, I will bring other charts as well. So this was my chart, Control X, Control V. So it's just telling me data specific to some month. But basically, if I remove this selection here, then it will show for each of those months, right? But it's not visible properly, so I will increase its size, and similarly I will increase the size of my other space. Yeah, now for this chart as well, again I will go and format the chart area as no fill with no line, so this will give me a clear sign. If I select, next I will bring my last chart which I built. I will just control X here and I will paste it in my dashboard sheet. Since this legends is taking too much space, what I will do, I will just move this legends to my bottom. That will give me more space. Similar thing I don't want looks better in the above case because there are too many legends and it will make a bit odd. So I will select no fill and no line for this chart as well. Now you can see I have imported all of my charts here. Now next what I have to do, I will bring some text box to showcase my top tiles, right? So what I will do, I will go to insert, I will click text box, and here I want to show my first requirement, right? So for this, what I will do, I will go and select in this formula bar, I will click equals to, I'll go to pivot table, and then I will select. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so we cannot directly use a pivot table inside our text box. What we have to do, we will go ahead and select whatever is their value in a separate column. Right, you can see the same value is populated here. Similarly for this as well, for the count I will populate the same value. For average session duration as well, I will populate the same value, and for returning user as well. For returning user we are already here. I'll just select and I will, right. So we will use this values in our text box. So I will again go to this text box. I'll click OK equals to, and then I will select this column, and basically the same value will be populated here. Now let's say if I don't want fill and color for this as well, I will remove this. I want this to be centrally aligned, and I want its size to be a bit increased. Yeah, so this looks better. Now what I will do, I will just copy this 4 times. Now in this formula, like you can see, like we have added pivot tables from B3. Right now we can just go to our pivot table and we can see like we are using B6 for count, B9 for average duration, and B17 for returning user. So we can just write similarly for this. We will use B6. You can see the value changes immediately. B9 for session average duration, B17 for returning user percentage. Now you can again modify some of the styling here. Like I want to increase the size, then basically I can do it here. Like I have keep the size to 16 for all the, for this as well. For this as well. Right, now I have added all of my metrics that will change based on my selecting different month or different data, right. Now I will add titles to my dashboard and all the charts, and our chart will be ready. I will go to insert, I will select text, and I will use word art to uh, add the my topmost title, website traffic traffic dashboard. Right, I will copy paste it above. Again change color, you can change outline. I don't want outline, so I will select no outline. Yeah, if you want to change the styling, you can change the styling from here. Yeah, this looks better, right. Now I want to create uh, titles for my each of my charts. So I will just write total page visit, and I will remove any background or any line. Yeah. Now what I will do, I will just copy this, Control A, C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Total users, average session time, returning user. Right now, similarly, I will create charts, title for other charts. Session duration by traffic source. New users versus returning. Top 3 page visited. Device distribution. Traffic source distribution. Yeah. Last device page visited, page views device. Yeah. So here you can see we have built our overall dashboard. Now you can just select something. You can just select this multi-select option and then select multiple columns. Like if you want to see like data of only 3 months, February, March, April, you can just go and select those things and it will reflect here. Like total number of users are 157 during this duration and all of the charts will vary. So you can see how from requirement clarity, to understanding your data, to building tables, and finally building charts and slicer. Your dashboard is ready. Now you can just share your this dashboard to anyone and they will really find it insightful. Thank you if you are following this video till now. I hope you have learned something today, and do give me a like and share me your comments or feedback if you have any, and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Thank you. Have a good day.